I'm alright.
What speed now in the race will we be going at? About?
Well, about 50, 60, 70.
That's around the corners?
Yeah.
And everything. Gee. What about the roll bars now? Now, the car that I'll have...
The car you have will have the same facilities as this.
It'll have the same facilities?
Yeah.
Roll bars?
Roll bars, fire extinguisher.
All that?
All bars.
Okay. Have you ever turned over?
Yeah.
I have a feeling I might turn over myself. Can I have a go? So, will we go around and if you talk me around it the first time? Can I drive?
Okay, you can drive.
Excellent. All right. Now, will I take a helmet there?
Yeah.
Now.
Fasten your belt.
Fasten your seatbelts and no smoking, please. This is in case I turn it over.
In case you turn over.
Finbar, would you be upset if I did turn it over?
I wouldn't really, no.
No? This is coming into the first bend.
The first bend.
Yeah.
We take it easy. All around it.
What speed will I be around here then?
About 60.
Yeah.
And on the back straight, depending on the condition, we should be doing up to about 80 or 90 on the back straight.
80 or 90 along here?
Yeah.
It's extremely bumpy.
Oh, it's very bumpy, yeah. This is 4 miles corner now.
4 miles corner, yeah?
It's a very tricky one if it's wet.
I have to change down here, would I? Not yet.
Not really, no. This is Sutton's now, it's a double bin. We'll change down before you come to it.
That's a very tricky one, isn't it?
Very tricky one, yeah.
At least now I knew what to expect during the race. The morning of the race, I arrived at the track early to try out the car I was going to drive. It had been raining hard and the track was in terrible condition. While I was taking advantage of the absence of activity on the track, the organisers were busy setting the scene.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. Come on, water. In tight.
All was not well, however. The car spluttered to a halt.
The track is as treacherous as I believe it has ever been in the history of this sport here, and I gather I'll be competing against some of the top men in the game. And I think I must be out of my mind.
However I had managed it, the car I had borrowed was now in need of urgent mechanical resuscitation. I wasn't too worried at this stage because I felt confident that the Hot Rod Club members, who knew every valve and nut in their cars, would soon have me back in action. They build their own cars at very little expense, from parts of crashed cars, second-hand purchases and general modifications.
Paddy, I'm sorry. Paddy, I'm really sorry. I think it's the clutch went.
Oh yeah, just bothered a bit. How we don't have to adjust it, but
I think it's the clutch is gone, yeah? Hey, I'm sorry about that. I mean, that's what knocked me out of the first race anyway. Huh?
As the first race began, I learned that despite all efforts, the car I was to drive was out of action for the rest of the day. However, Finbar O'Neill, who had shown me around the track yesterday and who was racing in all but the last race, volunteered to lend me his car, number 55, if the car survived his races.
And it's a big bike take off there from the back. It's number 55, Finbar O'Neill, who gets the break there from number 6 and number 28. But as we follow the leaders here, it's number 86.
Watching, I began to wonder, would the car survive, and if so, in what condition it would be when I got it. 5 consecutive races like this take a lot out of even these cars.
Now, which side is the door? This is what I get it. Now, if the brakes go, what? If they do go, what do I do? Huh? Pull up.
Go on the handbrake.
My legs are a bit long for this kind of thing.
Can we have everybody?
No, just take it easy on the bends. Generally, that's it. That's the advice.
that's the message.
Take it easy on the bends. All right.
So, surrounded by some of the best hot rod drivers in the country, I was off. In the first lap, I distinguished myself by playing a rather prominent part in a somewhat unsophisticated 5-car pileup. The race was stopped. With the help of a friendly competitor, I got going again, and it was back to the start for all of us. Suddenly, after 2 laps, I found in a blinding flash of panic that my brakes had given up the ghost. For the next 8 laps, I was relying totally on my handbrake. Out of the 23 cars that started, only 13 finished, and, pleasant surprise, I was placed 5th.
Something I've always wanted to do. Thank you, Christopher. I've always wanted to do this. It's not meant to do that, is it? Thank you, Finbar. Well, I got it. Take a swing out of it now, lads. Finbar, you deserve it. I hope I didn't damage the car too much. Did I? Oh, Finbar.
Well done.
You get the little armour on my shoulder and help me away somewhere.